right, welcome to this video. My name is Taylor Brentude, and we're going to go over the best things to focus on in your agency. And I should have said thing, singular, not plural. Now, if you've ever wondered, in your agency, where should I spend my time? What should I focus on? What's the absolute best thing that I could work on to take my agency to the next level? That's the question I'm going to answer in this video, and it's going to be really important if you want to take your agency to the next level. So, first of all, there's a huge difference between doing and building. That's what we're going to talk about. A lot of people get lost in the black hole of doing, and their agency plateaus. They never go beyond $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 per month because they spend all their time doing, and this is a very, very easy trap to fall into. So, builders, on the other hand, we'll get into that. But first of all, doing, what does doing look like? I define doing as like client work, client calls, accounting, payroll, accounts receivable, putting out fires. That kind of stuff is doing. Anything to do with client work, deliverables, that's all just doing, right? It needs to get done in order for the business to be successful and the agency to function, because really, somebody has to do the work for the clients. Somebody has to do the accounting. Somebody has to, pay the employees. Somebody has to do the accounts receivable. Somebody has to put out the fires. And it's very easy for you as the agency owner to get lost in that because there is a lot to do. But this is a black hole, and doers, just doers, never scale, okay? This is the important thing that really you need to understand. You need to build to scale. And on the other hand, the verses here, builder, doers always scale. So you don't just go from doing to just building and you never do anything and you just build. That's not how it works. You do both. You build and you do, and that's the only way to really function and operate at an early stage. There is a point where you can just be a builder. But anyways, building, if you've ever wondered, where should I focus? Where should I spend my time? The easiest way is just to focus where it hurts. You got to ask yourself, where is the most pain coming from right now in my agency? So likely right? If you've ever spent 9 hours doing monotonous tasks, client work, deliverables, you've probably experienced a lot of pain doing that because of how boring it was. Or if you've been doing the same damn thing for like 3-4 months, deliverable, client work, whatever it may be, yeah, you're probably going to get pretty bored and you're going to experience a lot of pain. So if that hurts the most for you, then focus on that, automate it, delegate it, remove it, doesn't matter, but you're going to have to build something that eliminates this pain, right? There is nothing you can do to pretty much just eliminate the pain other than do the work, right? But if you want to completely eliminate it, you need to build something, and obviously building is kind of like a synonym of doing, but bear with me here. Building basically is creating some form of new system, new process, new way to automate something, delegate something, or completely even just remove it, right? And so that is where you should spend your time, right? When I am running my agency, I'll wake up in the morning. Now I'll know what I'm going to do for the day, but really if I'm trying to think high level, like, hey, what's the next big thing that we need to work on? I'm just wondering, where do I experience the most pain? And here's some things recently that I've been going through and building. So building, we hired a new accounting firm. We needed a new accounting firm. We had an accountant, but he just, we needed better, more in-depth analysis of our cash flow and everything like that. So we hired a new accounting firm. That was something that I consider building because I spent a week calling different accounting firms, talking to them about their solutions, seeing if they can integrate with Panamanian banks. And that took a lot of time to find a good accounting firm that basically understands our Panamanian bank, because it's a lot more archaic than an American bank where everything integrates smoothly. So that was something we built. Cash flow forecasting is something that I've built. Accounts receivable and a process for dealing with accounts receivable. I'm not just 100% reliant on the accounting system. I built a dashboard for the agency that handles all the account receivable for all the clients. And the accounting team actually uses our dashboard because they couldn't even build a dashboard with QuickBooks or any other softwares. I needed to build a Google sheet that could tell me all the clients, who's paid, who hasn't, how late they are, all that stuff in a simple sheet, and include a bunch of other stuff which we won't get into. Bid management solution. So we're looking for a new bid management solution right now in our agency that can help us deliver better results to our clients. We have our own software, but currently we're looking to build a new one. Now, building doesn't mean we're going to build the software. It could just mean, hey, we're going to find another solution. That's what I consider building, right? Creating. Sales pipeline. Recently, I built a sales pipeline. That was important because we had all these deals everywhere and we didn't really have a centralized place to show us what stage the deals were in. So that was simple. That took a few days to get that thing built up and structured, but that's straightforward. A new account executive. We hired a new account executive because we were experiencing a lot of pain because our other account executive, she maxed out at 15, 17 clients and she couldn't take on anybody else. She hit her maximum capacity. So building is also hiring a new employee, right? That's what I consider building. You're adding something to the machine. You're adding something to the team. We're going to rebuild the digital brain. That's something that I'm about to hop into completely. Defining our plan and our goals for 2020. This is something that probably everybody's got to do. And that's another thing that I consider building. AE commission structure. Recently, I built an account executive commission structure for the agency so that we could basically have incentives for account executives to build their own personal brand and sign their own clients within the agency as well. That took some time. A lead score system to help score leads that come through the website and that browse on the website and basically understand how hot a lead might be so that we can reach out to them at that optimal moment. If somebody is watching your videos or they're on your website for an hour, 2 hours, and multiple people from the same company are opting into stuff on your website, but nobody's reached out to you, well, you need a lead scoring system to be able to track that, to know the companies that you should be reaching out to based on just browser history and who's browsing on your website and opting in for stuff. So that's an important thing that we built recently. We're in the process of launching an ABM system, but since we kind of broke our systems in our agency, we're putting that on hold because we're going to need to rebuild the digital brain, better contracts, cash flow forecasting. I think I actually mentioned that one over there. And culture is something that I've been thinking a lot about recently and trying to be more active in improving that. So these are a whole different bunch of areas where, some of them we experienced a lot more pain than others. And some of them are more, building for the future where there's not a whole lot of pain, but we need to do it and build it anyways because it's going to be necessary to make sure that we have things organized like 2020 planning and doing goals. So again, I know I rambled on there talking about a bunch of stuff that I'm building, but I just want to give you a few examples so you can understand that, hey, these types of things are completely different than client work, client calls, accounting, payroll. Now, by accounting, I just mean just basically, bookkeeping, basically tracking the numbers, where the money has been and all that stuff. When I put accounting here, I'm talking about building a whole accounting dashboard for the company. So this was building an accounting dashboard that wasn't available through QuickBooks or Xerox or any of these other providers and softwares because we wanted it custom to show us the most important KPIs in an agency. And so I had to build that thing myself, right? It's different because accounting is like bookkeeping and running the books and reviewing it at the end of the month and all that stuff. That somebody can do that stuff. That's really easy, but this was considered building. Cash flow forecasting is also a bit simple. We had to rebuild our billing structure with our clients. We moved everybody to be paying on the 1st and the 3rd of the month so that we could better forecast our cash flow because for the last 4 years, we've been operating with clients paying us at totally different days of the month, all different times, and this is just nightmare when it comes to forecasting cash flow and just cash flow in general. It's not as consistent as it would be if you have people just paying on one day. Also, it simplifies accounts receivable because if everybody is supposed to pay on the 1st, it's really obvious who hasn't paid, right? But if you have people paying on the 1st, the 9th, the 14th, the 17th, the 29th, the 2nd, and the 8th, it just gets really complex. And it's a lot harder for the accounting team to basically send out invoices. Even though that's all they're doing, it's way easier like that. So builders, doers, they always scale. Doers, they never scale. One of the most common things that I run into on phone calls with people who want to join Lead Gen Enlightened, I'm going to change the name to Agency Enlightened, the program I created helping agency owners, primarily 5 to 6 figure agency owners, scale up, scale to $50,000 to $100,000 per month, is that they are stuck doing and they don't have enough time to build, right? They're stuck doing the client work, they're stuck doing the client calls, they're stuck just dealing with the in the business stuff, which is what I consider doing, and they don't have any time to just build. But it's their fault. It is completely your fault And there is a way that you can structure your days and your weeks and your calendar so that you always have time for building, no matter how much deliverables there are, no matter how much client work you have to do. There's still a way that you can structure it to make sure that you are still having time to build and take the agency to the next level, okay? So again, just to recap, the best thing to focus on in your agency is wherever it hurts the most, because that is the thing. If it's causing the most amount of pain, that's the number one priority, because first of all, it's causing the most amount of pain, it's the most obvious thing, and it's probably affecting your team, it's probably affecting your cash flow, it's probably affecting your mental sanity, your sleep, your relationship, everything, because your business is probably very intertwined with your personal life as well. So with that being said, very simple, straightforward video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit that subscribe button if you found this video valuable and you got some insight from it. And if you disagree, let me know in the comment section as well. I'd be curious to get some comments from people who think that this is flawed logic or whatever. And yeah, if you had questions on how to scale your agency, or you're facing an issue or a problem right now, also feel free to comment. Maybe I can make a video in the future and help you out. All right, thanks for watching this. Ciao.